I'm Dennis Prager. We lose some elections and we have to win more elections. It's as simple as that. So I have a candidate in Arizona for a Democratic seat. But he's not just any candidate. He's a candidate I know personally for many years. And it was a colleague of mine in talk radio, Seth Leibsohn. Seth, welcome.
Dennis, it's an honor and a privilege. Thank you for having me. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to you, your staff, and all your listeners. Thanks so much.
So this is a big deal running for Congress, running for the House of Representatives. Why did you decide to do this, and how does it look in what is a Democratic district in Arizona?
Thanks, Dennis. I grew up here in Arizona. I grew up in this district. Indeed, my dad moved here in the 1930s, believe it or not.
Wow.
Same district. And this was a seat that is held currently by a Democratic member of Congress. She's vacating it to run for the U.S. Senate. So it becomes an open seat. And I don't like to call it a Democratic seat particularly. There are more independents registered in this district than anything else. And then the Democratic-Republican split is close to even. So it's a moderate to independent district. But several activists and fundraisers in town came to me and said we have a chance to take this seat back and turn it Republican. And given some of my name recognition in Arizona and the radio show I host here and some of my charitable work in town, they thought I would be a good candidate to do this. And I looked at it, and I had a couple conditions. I would only get in if there was a path to victory. That is to say, I didn't want to waste anyone's time, energy, or money if it was just, a placeholder Republican candidacy. That is, could we win? And could I put could I choose the team I wanted to have around me? And we did that, Dennis, and I've got some great people on my team. You know some of them. Zudi Jasser, who's a local activist, is a big supporter. The county attorney, which is our district attorney, Bill Montgomery, several state legislators. And so we're off and running, brother.
Now, what is the story? Are you still broadcasting?
Yes. So I will maintain the radio show, which is here on 960 AM, which we love having you on. And I will maintain that through roughly the end of May of next year.
When do you have to stop according to Federal Election Commission rules?
Yeah, so it's a blended federal-state determination based on when I become a quote-unquote eligible candidate, and that's defined by the state secretary of state certifying my petitions, my signatures, if you will. So that's the end of that's the end of May.
So there will be a period when you are not allowed to be broadcasting. Your show will be from May to November?
That's basically June 1st through November. I will be off the air. And the show will continue with my co-host, whom you know, Chris Busker.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Without me.
Yeah, both of you are terrific. Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
Well, this is a big deal, and I think it's eminently winnable because of the demographics, which are divided, as you point out, even though a Democrat now holds the seat, and because of you. The candidate matters.
Well, thanks, Dennis. I cut my teeth with some of the greatest teachers in political science and communications. I was Jack Kemp and Bill Bennett's and Gene Kirkpatrick's chief of staff for many years at an organization you were at the beginning, Empower America.
That's right, yeah.
You were on the advisory committee there.
Yeah.
If my memory serves, I'm right about that, aren't
That's
I?
correct, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I flew around the country with Jack Kemp when he was running for vice president.
That's right. So, I worked with those guys who I think were some of Reagan's greatest foot soldiers and best communicators, and worked with them for many, many years. And I was talking to Andy McCarthy, over at National Review about the candidacy, and he said, what kind of candidacy are you going to run? I said, well, it seems to me if you have a Jack Kemp, a Gene Kirkpatrick, and a Bill Bennett, I'm testing whether that kind of candidate can sit in the House of Representatives again. And Andy said, well, if they can't, there's no reason for a Republican Party anymore. So
wow.
That's the kind of person.
All right, hold on. I wanted to send everybody to your website, and we got to take a break. Seth4Congress.com, the number 4, Seth, the number 4 Congress. I just want to reaffirm my commitment to this wonderful candidate. And Seth Leibsohn, whom I know for many years, was a terrific show on the station I am on in Phoenix, AM 960, The Answer, which is a wonderful, truly a wonderful station. And you have a great show. And I think you have a real chance, and I'm going to help you. If I have to, I'm going to come there. I just want you to know that, Seth. I am very enthused about your running for the House.
Dennis, I can't thank you enough. If you do come, we'd love to have you. You'll be welcome with open arms. You always sell out your appearances here. You are a favorite of Arizona's. You're a favorite of mine. So thank you very much. It means a lot to me.
Well, I thank you. I didn't say it to get compliments, but I'm very touched. Seth4Congress.com. It is up at DennisPrager.com. Seth, the number 4, Congress.com. Seth, we're going to stay in touch because you would bring truly a dignity and sophistication and conservative commitment to the halls of Congress. This is a big moment for not just Arizona, but for the U.S. So I'm going to stay in touch with you.
Dennis, it means the world to me. Really, it truly does. Thank you, sir.
You, sir. Good luck to you. It's a very big deal. Look, we need people like this. That's exactly right. And this is exactly the type of person who's a conservative but who can win in a district that isn't conservative but isn't left-wing because he knows how to make the arguments without yelling, without sounding fanatical. And that's and he knows, yes. Well said, Mr. Producer. That's right. He knows that leftism is the problem. God, is that ever true?